Hello and welcome to Nosy Tarot Entertainment, where this nosy person plays with tarot cards for entertainment. Today's reading will be on Jeongyeon with the group Twice. Forgive me if I slaughtered that pronunciation. This reading was requested by Uniline 8815. Please remember, everything said in this reading is supposed, alleged, and just for entertainment purposes. All of my cards are shuffled and ready to begin. We will be using the following decks: Disney Villains Tarot. I pulled this one just in case I feel led to use it. That is Learning Tarot Cards by Witchy Cauldron, Tarot Familiar, and also the Modern Witch Tarot deck. We will do a general spread and then we will move on to career, love, obstacles, and if we have time, then advice. Let's go ahead and get started. This is her current energy, what this reading is primarily about, what is crossing or opposing her, conscious mind, subconscious mind, past, near future, her in the context of these cards, her fans, hopes or fears, and then the overall outcome. Let's see what her current overall energy is. This is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I do get the sense that this is her personal energy. This could be being a little less passionate, a little less giving of herself. Maybe she feels emotionally unstable, not like instability of the emotions, but maybe she's not as put together as she usually is, and we'll pull a clarifier on that. This reading is primarily about Seven of Swords. That is someone who can be a liar, a sneak, a thief, someone who is being overly analytical. They might be nitpicking. They could be playing mind games. Let's see what is crossing or opposing her. That is the Four of Pentacles, and this is in reverse. So it looks like she may be a little where she's focusing on what she doesn't have. She feels like nothing is good enough. She might be suffering from what they say is the grass is greener syndrome. Definitely some instability in earthly material matters. It could be her security, it could be her wealth, and it may just be an overall shift in her actual common sense. Let's see what's on her conscious mind. The Knave of Cups. So this is someone who is a little inexperienced, and when it comes to the Knave, it's the same as like the Page. So this is someone who is unable to connect with others. They don't have very good or very many healthy relationships, and that makes sense to me considering that she got the Knave of Pentacles in reverse, because that's a bit of a mother nurturing figure or energy, and with this being in reverse, it does kind of validate that right now with the cups, that's the emotions. So she's having difficulty connecting with others. Some of her closer relationships may be a little unstable at this point. Let's see what's on the subconscious mind. The Two of Wands in reverse. So this is an imbalance in her creativity, in her work, in her ability to take action and make movements, or also in her passion. She might just be a little less energized or excited in general, and so it's kind of interfering or preventing her from taking action or making a plan. Let's see what is in her past. It's the King of Wands in reverse, and I do feel like this is an actual person. And kings are masters of our outer world, the world that we see. So this is a man who may be sexually attracted to her. He may have sexualized her. It's definitely someone who can be overbearing, somebody who is probably in the same business as her because it's wands, which is talking about our life calling, our passion, or creativity. And so I do think that this is a businessman, and it looks like he's an attention seeker. So it looks like that's someone she came in contact with. Let's see what is in her near future. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it is, sometimes it is talking about the effects of decisions that we have made in the past. This is a karma card. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like sometimes we are spinning the wheel, but I feel like with this being in reverse and with this reading in particular, I feel as though the wheel has been spun for her, and now she needs to see where exactly it stops and where it lands. And so I think that she needs to be careful and very thoughtful about how she deals with it, because the Wheel of Fortune, whether it's in reverse or upright, it does deal with fate, destiny, and luck. Now let's see how she is in the context of these cards, which aren't very positive. They're not the best energies. The Knave of Wands. So again, a lot of wands here. So that deals with, well, let me see. There's a few wands. Yeah, so several wands cards here. So that deals again with creativity, ambition, her career, her passion. And with this being the Knave of Wands, this is someone who's learning to trust their strengths and their powers and how to best use them. And so I think this is a great card, considering she got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and also with this Four of Pentacles here crossing her, because that means that she understands that she has some creative strengths, and she just needs to determine or choose how she's going to use them to benefit her. Let's see how her fans feel about her. The Hierophant. So her fans really look up to her. They think of her as a role model, and I think that's a really good card. That's probably the most positive card that we have had this entire reading. So I love that for her, because I'm certain that the fans probably give her encouragement and keep her going. Let's see what a hope or fear is. This is the Strength card in reverse. And so I think that this is probably a fear. With this being in reverse, it seems like she is probably kind of balancing or trying to walk along a complicated path or complicated situations and decisions. She could be stuck in a pattern of bad habits herself, but I do like that this card has a moon in it, and also that this wolf is kind of looking back over almost over their shoulder, because not only is she dealing with her own inner animal and her own inner issues, but she sees what's behind her as well, which I like, considering we got this Seven of Swords energy here, and that was for the entire reading. Let's see what the overall ending is. The Three of Swords in reverse. So I really like this, because this is a time for healing, a time for moving on, and it allows us to move from the pain that we have experienced forward towards growth and stability. So that's actually a really good card, especially to end with. Now, when it comes to tarot and the future, it is not set in stone. The person could always make a decision or a move that just changes all of this. Let's do a little bit of clarification. I want to know why this Seven of Swords is here. I also want clarification as to why this Four of Pentacles is there. What is it about this King of Wands? And What else? I want clarification on what her strengths are, or, you know, how she'll use them. And also about this strength card in reverse. These other cards are a little interesting to me, but I really feel led more to spend time on the other areas that we have ahead in this reading as opposed to these cards. Why is this Seven of Swords here, please? Why is this the overall reading? Seven of Swords. Clarify this for me, please. Thank you. Four of Pentacles. Why is the Four of Pentacles in reverse crossing her? Clarify that for me, please. Thank you. Why is this King of Wands in reverse in her past? Tell me about this King of Wands in reverse, please. Clarify this King of Wands in reverse, please. Clarify this King of Wands in reverse, please. Thank you. Let's get one more. One more for this King of Wands, please. One more for this King of Wands in reverse, please. One more clarifier, please. Thank you. Notice that the first King of Wands clarifier fell right on top of this Seven of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Swords that came out right after. Tell me about her strengths and how she can use them. Her strengths and her powers with this Knave of Wands. Her strengths and her powers. Tell me about her strengths and her powers. Thank you. Got a few of them out. And then elaborate on this strength card in reverse, please. Clarify this strength card in reverse. Clarify this strength card in reverse, please. Thank you. Okay, so this reading was overall about the Seven of Swords, and it looks like it's been clarified by the Nine of Cups in reverse. That is an interference in her success, an interference of her attaining some kind of wish and being self-fulfilled. So it definitely looks like someone is kind of trying to sabotage her and her success and what she achieves. And then this Four of Pentacles in reverse was what was crossing her. It is clarified by the Eight of Wands. And so I think that, the Eight of Wands is in reverse. And so I think that, again, this reflects on her inability to achieve some kind of goal or accomplishment. And I think that it has to do with a balance between her head and her heart. And I think right now her emotions are getting the best of her, and so she can't make that logical, practical decision to walk away and reevaluate the situation, do a little self-exploration, and then come back. So it looks like that's why she's got a little bit of instability here. And then we have the King of Wands in reverse, who was in her past. I asked for 2 clarification cards. The first was the Four of Wands, and that is definitely someone who is in her career. So I think somebody who is either a chaperone, a manager, maybe some kind of CEO or head honcho in the record label that she's with. And I think that there was some kind of exchange of information between the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is someone who is very good with words, and I want to say she can be manipulative, but usually that's the Queen of Swords in reverse. But with the Seven of Swords here, that can also be a manipulation card. So it's not impossible for the Queen of Swords to have manipulated this King of Wands, which put him in reverse and has kind of affected her career a little bit. But the Queen of Wands is the Queen of Swords is very specific and bold with her words, and she can be a great person to have on her side. Let's see. Is this Queen of Swords a negative or a positive? A negative or a positive? Thank you. And I also, okay. I also dropped a card. It was the Fool. I'm not going to read that because it fell when I picked up the cards, but I am going to make note of it. The Fool fell out. And when I asked, is this a good or a negative card in regards to the Queen of Swords, we got the Moon in reverse. And so I think that with the Queen of Swords, there were some secrets that were being kept. Maybe she kind of... I get that this is kind of a negative card because the moon kind of illuminates everything with this being in reverse and being a major arcana. I do think that the Queen of Swords may have her own little agenda. And then we have the Knave of Wands, and I asked about her powers and how she could use them wisely or to her benefit. And she has star power. She probably inspires people a lot as well, and she encourages, but ultimately with the Five of Cups, it looks like she may get a little ostracized. Maybe people downplay it. She could feel a little sad, a little depressed, a little out of the circle, abandoned, left out in the cold. But if she doesn't realize the powers that she has as the star, then she is going to be left out a little bit. And then lastly, we clarified this Strength card in reverse, which I felt was a fear of hers, and that is clarified by the Nine of Swords. So it looks like she might be dealing with some kind of anxiety. That's the first thing that came into my head. Some anxiety, maybe some mental instability, whether it be depression or any kind of mental illness. But she could also be having nightmares, and she could just be really discouraged in herself at this point. But I think that it is definitely her thoughts, her mind, her state of awareness, and I think that she's just having a little bit of anxiety. So let's move on to her career and her love life. I'm going to use the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Let me see her career, please. What can we know about her career? Thank you. What can we know about her career? Thank you. What can we know about her career? One more round. What can we know about Jeongyeon's career, please? Thank you. Thank you. Queen of Swords came out again. Alright, so we got the Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So I think that there is definitely a transition going on. I do still feel like she is struggling with it. Like maybe she feels as though she doesn't have as many options or offers or possibilities as far as her career is as far as her career. But I think that she is going to receive a valuable offer, and I don't know if the Queen of Swords is going to approve of it. Look at how this Queen of Swords is looking away, and they have this Knight of Pentacles behind her, and it's almost like she's asking him to leave, like you can go ahead and exit the way that you came in. So I do think that eventually she is going to move on to smoother waters, and I think that this person is somebody that's going to be helping her. But I think that she is going to have to make that transition for herself as far as mentality. What can we know about her love life, please? What can we know about her love life? Thank you. Ooh. What can we know about her love life, please? What can we know about her love life? Thank you. I'm going to go one more round. What can we know about her love life? Okay, so we got 3 cards. This one popped out right away when I asked about her love life, and that's the Two of Cups in reverse. We also got the Ace of Wands in reverse, and then the Hanged One in reverse. So regarding her love life, everything is upside down. I do think that if she wasn't in a relationship, then she may have had a crush, she may have had something that was developing, but something happened, something that she found out about, something she saw, and so that just completely ended everything, because the Two of Cups in reverse, and this is symbolic of the male member. It's also passion, but it's in reverse, and I think because of whatever she found out, whatever she saw, it really changed her perspective, and it made her realize that's not a position that she wants to put herself in. But I do think that she is probably grateful for the clarity and the illumination that it brought her. Now I want to see, what obstacles does she need to be aware of? Obstacles she needs to be aware of. She needs to be aware of. I'm going to go one more round. Obstacles Jeongyeon needs to be aware of, please. I'm going to go one more. Obstacles Jeongyeon needs to be aware of, please. Okay, so we got the Page of Cups in reverse, and yeah, we got them earlier. I think that was her conscious mind, right? The Page of Cups. And so with this Page of Cups in particular, this is someone who is very loyal, very devoted, but when they are in reverse, this is someone who needs to react to the situation and not get carried away with being overly emotional. You see how that cup is bubbling over? That's like when someone is very kind and quiet and passive, and then all of a sudden something is said or done and that person explodes. So she needs to be aware. I think she needs to be aware of an actual person, somebody who comes across as or somebody who may actually be loyal and devoted to her, but if something is done or said, then they could kind of blow up on her. So I think she needs to be aware of a person. And I think do they have assistants? I wonder if she has an assistant or someone who maybe runs like her social media, because the assistant just popped in my head. But I think that she herself also needs to be aware of how she controls her relationship, her emotions, and that she needs to make sure that she's not being immature or just doing things blindly out of emotion. And then I think that she has another person that she needs to be aware of. That's a high priestess, someone who is very mysterious, someone who is very knowledgeable, and someone, I get the sense of like contracts, someone who may hide stuff in like the fine print. You know, they always say like don't sign anything without reading like the fine print. That's the essence that I get here. And I also think that she needs to be aware of people who are watching her and then reporting back to this person. Look at how he's up there just kind of keeping an eye on everything, and he's almost her eyes looking up with a bird's eye view. Let's get some advice cards. Advice cards, please. Advice cards, please. Advice cards, please. I'm going to go one more round. Advice cards. I'll take both of those. Okay. So the first thing that popped out was the Two of Wands. Oh, look, there's another one under it. I thought it was just one. So the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands in reverse. Remember, we got the Six of Swords. Sorry, I thought it was Six of Wands. So the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands in reverse. I think that she needs to ask someone for help when she needs it. I think that she might feel like she is all alone. She doesn't have anyone on her side, but she does have someone on her side. I don't know if it's a best friend or if it's whoever her chaperone is. I get the sense that it is another female. But she does need to be careful because we did get this Seven of Swords earlier, and then the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords a couple of times. So, but I think that she needs to make sure that she is able to ask for help and that she is resilient and that she is able, I get the sense of flowing like water, and that she's able to be resilient and to change and to morph. And I think that with that, she will be more likely to be successful and triumphant. And then we got the Seven of Wands. So we got the Two, the Six, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. So I think that she needs to be aware of somebody who is used to getting their way. And I get the sense that this is the Queen of Swords. We got her a couple of times. That's someone who is they're not used to being questioned. They're used to getting their way, and they can also kind of conjure stuff, and they can twist things and make it look a certain way, and it'll put questions into people's heads and minds, and it'll cause turmoil. So I think that she needs to be aware of that, and maybe she even needs to make sure that she stays wherever her safe place is. So I would say for her to stay within her comfort zone, including the people she's comfortable with, but she does need to be aware of who she lets in. And then we have the King of Coins, and so I think that she needs to be aware of overworking herself. I get the sense that she also needs to be aware of not providing her body with enough water or nutrients for the sake of work, like being overly busy because she's trying to achieve things. So I think that's definitely something that she needs to be aware of. And then lastly, she needs to realize that with the Tower card, because this is advice, but this card in particular, Rapunzel let her hair down. So that's a way, again, for her to let someone come up to her and they can help her. But also with that, that's how Rapunzel came out of the tower and was able to free herself and go out on adventures and find who she is. And so I think she needs to remember that she built this tower, and just like she put herself in it, she can let others in, and she can also get out as well. And then lastly, I'm going to use these just for a final message. A final message for Jeongyeon with Twice. Thank you. Anything else? Final message. Thank you. I'll go one more round. Final message. Thank you. Queen of Swords again. Okay, so we got the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and then the Queen of Swords popped out. This Queen of Swords is in reverse, but this really does kind of confirm what I've been feeling about that Queen of Swords. And remember, we got the Moon in reverse, and I felt that it was a negative card describing the Queen of Swords. And here the Queen of Swords in reverse says gossip, malicious lies, bias, loss, misery, one who puts people down and can't be trusted. And then going right alongside that, we have the Five of Swords, which is defeat, surrender, change, walking away, aggression, bullying. And this is right next to the Nine of Wands, which is refusing to compromise or give in, being stubborn, rigid, or obstinate. So I think that she needs to be aware of this aggressive behavior, and she needs to realize if this Nine of Wands is her, then she needs to be more flexible, she needs to be more resilient and willing to compromise. But if this is someone else's energy towards her, they're being stubborn or rigid or just constantly taking like a last stand against her, she needs to realize that it's coming from a very negative, domineering place. So those are the messages that I have for Jeongyeon with Twice. Thank you for being here.